Echoes of Plum Grove is a casual, cozy farm simulator where your decisions have consequences. What to plant, what to stock for the winter, and who to befriend will shape not only the town of Honeywood, but the island itself. Cozy games are widely regarded as being calming or relaxing games. Even though this game introduces death and disease, it does not necessarily affect how calming the game is. An issue I have though is that the game ends if you do not have a family member that you can play as after your death. Fortunately, you can turn off aging, I don't know why I said it with an accent, aging, diseases, and hunger, which I think will prevent you from dying. So you're technically able to prevent game over. I just happen to like aging, diseases, and hunger as features and don't want to turn them off. So there is a small fear of, can I lose all of this any second now? And I've never liked that in any video game, let alone a cozy one. I am willing to take the risk of game over though, so this potential fate does not bother me too much. At least it's my choice. But I will say, if I die and my game ends because I haven't had time to get married or adopt a child, which are the ways you get more family members, I'd be very discouraged to continue playing. Nonetheless, the game is very calming. From the sound design to the graphics to the gameplay itself, I feel very relaxed. It's definitely not as satisfying as Stardew Valley, but it's definitely just as calming, if not more. The game is really immersive. I truly feel like I'm a part of the village, and it makes time in real life just fly by as you play. Unfortunately, the weather is quite lacking though. Weather is something I love in all games, even PvP games, and for a cozy game, there's a severe lack of it. I've only noticed normal sunlight and rain. I'm currently in the fall and I've had rain 3 times, like throughout the whole year. So that's disappointing. I rate the calming of the game at 3.5 out of 5, with my only quarrels being the fear of game over and the lack of weather dynamics. A super niche way I calculate how calming a game is by asking myself, could I see myself playing this game to unwind while my puppy is taking a nap? And the answer is yes. The economy in this game is very balanced. You don't earn a lot, but you don't have to spend a lot either. The best financial thing to do is to plant seeds, but as you have to water each crop individually, how fun that is will be different for people. I'm personally not a big fan of it, but I put Netflix on my second monitor to cope with my low attention span. This game is engaging both by itself and when paired with something else like Netflix, but watering is something I'll never find fun in any game. You have a well on your farm to refill your water, but it takes a while to get there because your movement speed is quite slow. But I'm also a very impatient person, but it does feel quite slow. Most of my days go like this. Fast travel to the far west side of the map, forage everything, talk to characters I like, and eat my forageables and sell my stuff on the way back to the home. Early on, you almost have no way of feeding yourself without spending money, so I literally just eat forageables. With this method, you're safe financially, and I did enjoy it, even though it's a bit repetitive. You have to probably wait a while to get married, as you need to buy items that can be difficult to afford early on. And speaking of marriage, it is difficult to get a spouse. You have to get them to the max friendship level, which you can by just talking to them every day, and eventually you will reach it. You can also give them gifts, but it can be hard to predict which items villagers like, and I found that it's quite rare for me to have something I know for a fact they'll like. I got roses as a quest reward once, so I knew people would like that, but that's pretty rare. Usually I just have like seeds, and I don't know if they will like that. The person you pick will either be married or unmarried, obviously. If they are married, you will have to poison their spouse. But how? I'm in fall and the game still has not given me any indications as to how to poison someone. I'm also just assuming that I can take over them after they become widowed. Like, I'm hoping you can't, otherwise I will have done attempted murder for no reason. I know you can poison people, and maybe there's items that are poisonous that you give to them. I just haven't found any. I did get a death cake and I gifted it to someone, but they didn't eat it. So you can try and go for unmarried people, but you have to hurry because they get married to each other so quickly. I don't mind this so much, but it does become kind of a grind to get married, and you have to hope that they don't marry someone else in the process of you trying to marry them. Overall, the grind isn't too bad. The issue is more how repetitive your days are, so it will take a while for you to become rich or just comfortable, and it will take a while for you to get married, so I want to rate the grind at a 2.5 out of 5 with the current knowledge I have of the game. This game is perfect for ASMR. There's no loud or startling noises, only the sounds of animals can be a bit too much. The sounds are all relaxing, but like I mentioned earlier, I am sad that the rain is so rare. It's my favorite thing and it just doesn't happen often. And I do like the sound designs of different weather, and like I said previously, there is not much weather going on, so that is disappointing. But I do rate the sound design a 5 out of 5. The sounds that are there are great. They just could add some more, in my opinion. Overall, I've been having so much fun with this game. The town feels so lively because it has a lot more characters than Stardew Valley, for example, and the population keeps changing as villagers die or are born. It's difficult to tell the characters apart though. A few initial characters have colors that tell them apart, clothing-wise, but most characters look so similar or average that I often forget who is who. Something unfortunate is that a kid might have like a dominant color such as pink or red, but then when they age up, they just go back to like brown clothes, and again it becomes difficult to tell them apart. Something surprising I really loved about the villages was the children. I'm normally not a fan of children games. Controversially, I don't care for Jazz and Vincent in Stardew Valley, but the children in this game are so awesome. They are so cute and have the goofiest dialogue. You can move around the map and sometimes see them fishing or catching insects in the forest. I actually got attached to a few of the children and was happy to see them around. You get to watch them get old and start families, and when they die, which will probably make me a bit sad, but I still love it. I always love this life process in The Sims, so I'm very happy I get to see this life process happen to not only me, but also the NPCs. I haven't had children yet myself. I can't imagine how much I love them. Speaking of the villagers, unfortunately, there are barely any community events or festivals. It very much lacks in this aspect, and I hope that developers will consider adding features that will make the town feel more like a community. Stardew Valley feels more isolated but very community-oriented, whereas this game feels very lively, but you don't really feel like a big family. The gameplay loop is a bit repetitive. There doesn't seem much to do. You can try grinding quests, but the quests are often things I just cannot physically complete yet. Someone might ask for a meal where I need egg and flour, but the price for egg and flour is higher than what the quest reward is. So if you're someone that dislikes repetitive gameplay, you might not last too many hours in this game, but you at least get to decide what you want to focus on. It's also worth mentioning that you can't change keybinds. Luckily, there's not too many keys you use in this game, but it's still a bit disappointing. I think this game has amazing potential. I hope the developers take advantage of the infinite replayability. But for how the game is right now, it's perfectly fine and fun. I recommend it completely and find it suitable for both content creation and personal enjoyment. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah. Bye!